Hello students, good morning. This is Dinesh Chaurasia and once again I am here with my online classes. So already we have done for class 9th physics chapter 1, that is measurements, or you can say units. So in those we have studied about what is the basic units and basic measurements like meter, kilogram, second, ampere, Kelvin, candela and mole are the units of, like for distance we use meter, for weight we use kilogram and so on. So basic units, fundamental concepts we have taken, and in that chapter we have studied about what is simple pendulum. So for simple pendulum, the basic formula for time period, length, amplitude, everything we have studied. The time period T was 2 pi under root L upon G. That is, for the time period of a simple pendulum, we use this formula 2 pi under root L upon G, and with the help of this formula, we can say that the time period depends upon the length of the string. See, if this is the pendulum, so length of this string, on this length, the time period will be depending. Agar length of the pendulum, if length of the pendulum or length of the string is more, then time period will be more, and if length is less, time period will be very less. So these things we have studied, and except this we have studied about law of motion or chapter motion. In that motion chapter we have studied what are the three equations of motion, like equations of motion where V is equal to U plus AT, S is equal to UT plus half AT square, and V square is equal to U square plus 2AS. These are the three equations of motion in which we have done V is equal to final velocity, U is equal to initial velocity, A is equal to acceleration, T is equal to time period, S is for displacement or you can say distance also, and yes, we have this much. So for these three equations of motion, we have used or we have proved this derivation, the derivation of these three equations by the help of simple derivation method and with the help of graph method also. So graph method, once again I will revise. Students, these three equations of motion are very important, and that's why I have chosen this revision video for today. All those things which we have studied in physics class 9, we will shortly revise, okay? So V is equal to U plus AT, this is the first equation of motion. Second is S is equal to UT plus half AT square, and third one was V square is equal to U square plus 2AS. Listen, if any object is moving in the straight line path or linear motion is there, we use these three equations of motion, and if any object is, listen very carefully, if any object is moving in linear motion, then we will use these three equations, and we use A as acceleration, okay, and S for displacement or you can say distance also. S for displacement. If linear motion is there, listen very carefully, and if any object is falling, okay, if any object is falling from height h, then in this case, that means if any object is falling from any height h, we use the same formula, same equations of motion, but in place of A, that is acceleration, will be now becoming the gravitational acceleration, and displacement will be h, okay. So if we are in the linear motion, the displacement is s, and if we are coming from up to down, then displacement will be replaced by h, and for acceleration A we use, in place of A we will have gravitational acceleration because the object is falling from the height h, okay. Any object falling from the height h, there will be gravitational acceleration, we all know, because earth attracts any object downward direction, in his direction, okay. So we have the formula V is equal to U plus AT. Listen carefully, V is equal to U plus AT is the first formula. So in place of V we will have V, in place of U we will have U, in place of A we will write G. So first equation of motion for freely or you can say falling object from up to down, we will use in place of A, G. So first equation of motion is equal to V is equal to U plus GT. For second, S is equal to UT plus half GT square. S is displacement. Displacement is on the surface. But when any falling object is there, free falling object is there, we use H. H is equal to UT plus half GT square. In place of A, we will write G. In place of S, we will write H. Now the third one is V square is equal to U square plus 2GH. These three equations of motion we have discussed. About the proof of these three equations also we have discussed. We have to discuss the derivation of these three equations with the help of graph method, that is left I suppose. So this that we will discuss today. But before we discuss that graph method of these three equations, we will discuss how to use for a falling object from any height h on the ground. Okay, we will use these three formulas with the help of this. Listen carefully how to use. Now, if we are leaving any object simply from the height h, what is the initial velocity of this object? Listen carefully. If any object is freely falling from a height h, we are not throwing it like that. Okay, we are not throwing it, or the moving object is just freely falling. Okay, so in this case, the initial velocity will be always 0. For freely falling object, initial velocity will be 0. Just before the touching the ground, this object's velocity will be the maximum. So the final velocity will be there. Now, if any freely falling object is there, in place of u, we will use 0. Listen carefully. If we are using 0 for freely falling object, listen carefully, the same formula will be changing to V is equal to GT, because u is going to be 0. H is equal to UT plus half GT square. This u is 0, so this whole term will be 0. So we will write H is equal to half GT square. And V square is equal to U square plus 2H will be V square is equal to 2GH. So if any object is freely falling, that means the initial velocity is 0, the same three formulas will be becoming V is equal to GT, H is equal to half GT square, and V square is equal to 2GH, or you can write V is equal to under root 2GH. These three formulas we will use directly in numericals. Now, let us see how these three equations of motion can be derived with the help of graphical method. So, let us assume any object. Let us this be a graph. This is x-axis, this is y-axis. This will be for time. X-axis is for time. This is for velocity. Okay. So for the derivation of these three equations of motion, we will have to draw a velocity time graph. Velocity time graph. Okay. Now, let us assume any object is moving with an initial velocity u. So if this is velocity, this will be 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, or 10, 20, 30, 40, whatever we can write. So now let us assume any object's initial velocity is u and starting from here. It may be just before this the object has started moving. So on this, here we have initial velocity u. After a time interval t, its velocity is v. After time interval t. Listen very carefully. Any object with initial velocity u, it is moving. After a time interval t, now its final velocity is v. Because this is velocity time graph, so this is velocity, this is time. Now, so object's initial velocity is u, final velocity is v after a time interval t. This much we have. Let us draw a perpendicular line from here to this line. This will be 90 degree. Okay. So if this is v, this is u, what about this? Or what about this? This is u, this will be u. This whole part is v, This is u, so this remaining will be v minus u. And this part is t, so this part also will be t. This is angle theta. And already I have told you that in velocity time graph, remember this, if I have not told you, please remember this. In velocity time graph, if we have to find the acceleration, we will find the slope of the graph. Okay? For acceleration, we will find the slope of graph, and to find displacement, we will find the area of the figure. Whatever figure is formed, we will find the area to find the s, that is displacement, and to find the slope of the graph. To find acceleration, we will find the slope of the graph. These two things you have to remember. Now listen very carefully. If we have slope, we have to find the slope, or we can find acceleration. If we have to find the acceleration of graph, we will find the slope of the figure, or acceleration of the object. If we find acceleration, we will find slope of figure. And we all know slope means perpendicular upon base. So in trigonometry we have done, if this is theta, perpendicular will be this one. This one you can write O, A, B, C, D. Perpendicular upon base. In front of theta, this is perpendicular, BC. Upon base is AC. So BC is what? V minus U. AC is what? Time t. Acceleration is A. So A is equal to V minus U upon t. And if we cross multiply this, we will get AT is equal to V minus U. That is V is equal to U plus AT. This is the first equation of motion. Listen very carefully. To find the acceleration of the graph or the object, we will find the slope. And the slope formula is perpendicular upon base. This is called tan theta. Tan theta means perpendicular upon base. These things we will study in trigonometry. For now, you please remember this. So tan theta is equal to perpendicular upon base, and perpendicular upon base, that means theta, with tan is called acceleration, while graph method. If we have velocity time graph, to find acceleration, we will find the slope, and to find the displacement, we will find the area of the figure. Now, so this way we will find the first equation of motion. Now for second equation of motion, listen carefully. I told you to find displacement, we will find the area of the figure. So we will write displacement is equal to area of figure. And area of figure is what? What is this figure? This figure is nothing but a trapezium. See, these two are parallel lines, and this is a quadrilateral. A quadrilateral with two parallel lines is called a trapezium. So area of figure means area of trapezium. And area of trapezium is what? 1 upon 2 sum of parallel sides into height. 1 upon 2, and the sum of parallel side. Parallel side is this u, this whole is v, into height is t. Perpendicular distance is always called height. Now, s is equal to 1 upon 2. Now listen. Can we write u plus in place of v? In place of v, can we write u plus at from equation 1? Yes. In place of v, we will write u plus at into t. So this will be 1 upon 2, u plus u, 2u, plus at into t. So if this 1 by 2 and t is multiplied inside, 1 by 2 multiplied by 2ut plus 1 by 2 multiplied by at square, t into t square. 2 cancel. So s is equal to ut plus half at square, and this is the second equation of motion. Okay? Listen carefully. With the help of this graph only, if any object is moving with an initial velocity u, after a time interval t, its final velocity is v. This much only we have. To find acceleration, we will find slope of the figure, and the slope of the figure means tan theta, and tan theta means perpendicular upon base. So this much we have done. And after that, displacement, to find the displacement, we need to find the area of this figure. If I have not told you, please listen this. To find the displacement while velocity time graph, we need to find the area of the figure. The figure is what? Trapezium. Now, this is the second equation of motion. Now, once again, if the displacement is, that means area of figure. Area of figure means area of trapezium. Okay? Area of trapezium 1/2 sum of parallel sides into height. This much again. For second and third equation of motion, we will use the same things. And now, listen carefully. 1/2 sum of parallel side again u plus v, and time is perpendicular. That means height. For second equation of motion, we have kept v is equal to u plus at. Now, u means u, v means v. In place of time, listen, if first equation of motion is v is equal to u plus at, if we find t, we will get v minus u upon a. Please replace this. U will come this side, a will come downward. So, v minus u upon a. 1/2 v plus u, v minus u. We can write v square minus u square upon a. If we solve this, s is equal to v square minus u square upon 2a. So, 2as is equal to v square minus u square, or we can write v square is equal to u square plus 2as. So, this is the way to derive the equation of motion with the help of graph method. Please listen carefully. Maybe you are not getting me properly. You need to practice this. This is the first time I am telling you. For the slope or to find the acceleration, we need to find the slope, and the slope formula is perpendicular upon base, that is tan theta. And to find the displacement, we need to find the area of the given graph or the figure so formed. So this is the way, and this is very important topic, you can say. Please remember this. Please practice this afterwards. See you soon. We'll meet with the second video. Thank you so much.